Our climate is changing. Rainfall is becoming more frequent and more intense. Across the UK, this is leading to an increase in flooding. Flood events that were once rare are becoming more common. The problem is made worse by urbanisation. Rain used to fall on green land. It's soaked into the earth, filtering back into our natural waterways. Nowadays, hard surfaces channel rainwater straight into our sewer system. Our sewers were built in Victorian times, when cities were smaller. They cannot cope with today's volumes of water. In a torrential rainstorm, they overflow. And when this happens, dilute sewage can discharge into rivers or overflow to flood streets or homes. This flooding is happening underground too. When rainwater goes down the grids, it mixes with sewage from our households, and if the volume becomes too much, a safety valve releases the sewage into our rivers. The government is responding by investing in bigger sewers, but these are expensive, and they require that our streets are dug up. The more we can do to minimise the problem, the less expense and disruption we will face. Wouldn't it be better if we all held back the rainwater falling on our roofs and roads so it didn't run into the sewers? There's a huge opportunity for the authorities to support people to come together to hold water back in their gardens, streets and neighbourhoods. Installing rain tanks, planters, window boxes and rain gardens not only keeps water out of the sewers, but makes the places where we live and work greener and more beautiful. Plus, using stored rainwater on the garden or to wash the car reduces our water bills. In the future, parts of the country will face a situation where water demand outstrips supply, so this extra free water will be valuable. But could a community-based approach really be effective? The Magic Project worked with 5 communities in Hull and the East Riding of Yorkshire, England, to find out. In 2007, this area experienced terrible flooding. Torrential rain overwhelmed the sewers. Over 10,000 properties were damaged. The authorities took action by building storage capacity like this lagoon. It stops water running from the countryside into the city. But we wanted to explore whether local people could be part of the answer too. We worked with communities to design attractive rain management on locally important buildings: a church, a community association, a village hall, a convenience store, a primary school. Each of the communities has its own aspirations and challenges, but all of them wanted to make a positive difference to their area and the wider environment. Ultimately, hundreds of local people engaged in conversations about slowing the flow of water into the drains. We think this model could work elsewhere, and environmental groups like river trusts and wildlife organisations could play an important role. They often have strong existing relationships with local communities, so are well placed to get people involved. The benefits for them go beyond reductions in sewage pollution. A more engaged community is more likely to be filled with people who act as guardians of the rivers, looking out for problems and holding those responsible for their management to account. Climate change can easily seem like a problem that is too big for any of us to solve. But by working together, we can all make a difference to the health of our rivers. And in so doing, we will also be helping to reduce flooding, drought and pollution, and benefiting our gardens, our wildlife and our human well-being.